Welcome back, everyone. Apologies. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. We opened up normally. We casted the entire first game completely. Honestly, some of our best work, in all honesty. And then we get word from our wonderful producer. Hey, guys. I hate to tell you this, but none of that was live. But now we're live. As I'm told, we are 100% live. All is well, and we are here. Unfortunately, you did miss the first two games of that. And I got to say, though, Dean Machine, I think this might be his best performance so far this season.
Sure.
And, I mean, it makes sense. This is it. This is the last moment. If he's out here, if he loses, he is out for the season. But he, so far, 2-0 against Earthsitter, representing Edgewood College Eagles. I'm your host, The Bearded Man, and I'm joined by Bunny. We made a couple jokes about your hair and me dyeing my beard, but it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it just feels silly to do it again.
It feels rehearsed, and I mean, whatever. But we are live finally, and I'm excited to see this. Now, we have an unknown amount of matches tonight. A minimum of, I think a maximum of 4. Minimum of probably 2. But not even 2. So it's weird. If JR, who is our next match tonight, loses, I think there's still another. I think it's actually no more than 3. No. Okay, we could see 4. It's weird. It all depends on the outcome of these first 2 games. Dean Machine right now 2-0 in the series, best of 5. If he wins this, he plays another match. I'm 99% sure.
Yes.
Later tonight, which is round number 4 of playoffs of the losers bracket.
Yes.
I guess. No, actually, I think he said it's the quarterfinals.
Yes. Of
the losers bracket. Whereas JR has another match, I believe, at 7 o'clock, which is going to be very shortly here. And if he wins that, he does still play another round. Mm-hmm. But if Dean Machine loses for right now, he's out for the season. So like it's 3 or 4 matches tonight, I believe, unless I'm completely wrong. But oh my gosh,
we'll play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear. We are just going to have a great time here. But Dean Machine maps 1 and 2, or rounds number 1 and 2. Wow. What did you notice?
Dean Machine just absolutely killing it tonight. Obviously a high-stakes game. Chose the Wario pick, which we normally see a wolf from him. But just doing, like, outstanding with, like, the heavy-hitting Mario. Just play... Did I say Mario? Wario.
You said Mario, but honestly, that is who Wario is. Wario's just Mario, just evil.
He was playing against Dr. Mario,
who has a doctorate, oddly enough.
Lots of Mario, Wario. They get jumbled up.
The one with the W on his hat is Wario. The one with the M.
I know. I meant word jumbles.
Word jumbles. Okay. But honestly, I'm very excited to see what we have in store here for the remaining matches. JR, I am very excited for because this is, I mean, I think what happens is if JR wins first and second games today, if he wins the first, he goes to the second. If he wins that, he goes into, I believe, the finals of the winner's bracket. And then if he wins that, he's in the grand finals. Technically, we could see JR and Dean Machine in the grand finals.
It's true.
But into round number 3, Dean Machine is still on that Wario against the King K. Rool. Honestly, I think King K. Rool might have the advantage here.
It's true. I do like that pick, and it's going to be a more heavy-hitting character against Wario, so not as much as an advantage there when it came to Dr. Mario.
Definitely, but also just kind of a heavier person in general. I mean, King K. Rool is a lizard, so a heavier lizard in general. Because, I mean, that's what... No, he's a crocodile, not a lizard. What am I talking about?
Aren't they the same?
No. Anyways, sorry. It's Friday. We are nearing the end of the year, so my brain is very tired. But I gotta say though, I mean, Dean Machine, we saw him, like I said, games 1 and 2, phenomenal performance. But I think this might be the kryptonite. You know, King K. Rool against Wario. I honestly don't think Wario is going to be able to perform in any capacity. That being said, I mean, prove me wrong. I've been proven wrong way too many times at this point to call it a career. But I think this might be out. We did see in, I believe, game number 2, we did see Earthsitter have a self-destruct. So there is that potential that King K. Rool could just fall off the map. And honestly, that's what it looks like. Dean Machine is really trying to cause that. I mean, we're seeing him really play the throw you off the side of the platform game. And what a beautiful
Nice.
Beautiful combo that was, doing exactly what I said as I said it. Enough for me to call it a career. Dean Machine, though, still at 181% on that first stock, so you got to be watching now. He's basically one hit away from getting knocked out of here. But we could see him come back. We could see him completely not need that, because we have seen that in a few matches previous weeks where it's like you're at 200% and you just never get the hit, basically.
And so far, Dean has been doing a great job of holding out that percentage for as long as possible and just getting as much damage in that time while he's able to.
Yeah. It's very clear, though, that there we go. Oh, you jinxed it.
I know.
It's very clear, though, that we are in this like late, all or nothing type of playoff, because we're seeing these players play very smart. It's very much, I'm going to play tactically. I'm not going to rush in. I'm going to make sure I hit. I'm going to time those shields. And honestly, I think Dean Machine might have been practicing like triple from what we've seen before, because this is like so dramatic compared to what we saw last week. Now, last week was still a great series to watch, but this is like all-time, I think, best Dean Machine play I've ever seen, and I love to see it. What would you choose, though? I mean, King K. Rool against Wario. If let's say you had to swap, who would you swap again, or who would you swap to beat King K. Rool?
Against King K. Rool, I think you're gonna need someone equally as big. I'm thinking Bowser. I'm thinking Donkey Kong. I feel like it is an intimidating kind of character, at least to me, to go up against. So
yeah. But it's hard to say. I mean, now that we see Dean Machine did have the crown, and the crown is pretty powerful, using that belly to deflect it, but it almost caused a few issues, because you got to be timing that propeller pack. Because, I mean, that is such an important thing, is that we've seen so many times. As I say, that Dean Machine with a beautiful knockout there. One more stock left for Earthsitter. Will we see it come down to that? Dean Machine is very close to taking them out, but also getting taken out in the process. But Dean Machine can, here we go, one stock versus one stock. Dean Machine can afford to lose this match, though. It is best of 5, like I said. He's leading 2-0 right now, so, Dean Machine, it's not a complete loss if he does lose this one, but Earthsitter needs to win this to stay in, to continue the season. There goes that waft, though, not unfortunately hitting King K. Rool there, so a little unfortunate, but we are seeing him able to get a good flurry of attacks. And there we go. Dean Machine 3-0ing Earthsitter right now. I think Earthsitter was #1 seed. I heard that. I heard Earthsitter was #1 seed, so
Dean performed great.
Wow.
Dean performed great tonight.
Maybe the secret was Dean Machine on Wario this entire time, because, like, I don't think we've ever seen him play. I mean, we've seen him play Wario, but not like that. It really worked. Even then, we were kind of doubting him.
Yeah.
It's not going to work against King K. Rool. Proving us wrong.
His practice, really paid off, and you can just tell, the sense of urgency, and you could tell that he wants to stay in this.
Oh yeah, I think it was a little bit of nerves. I could tell, but it's funny because when you're nervous like that, which is understandable at this type of matchup, but when you're nervous and you play like that, wow, that is something in esports where it's all about in all sports in general. Mentality is very, very important, and when you're going into something and you're doubting yourself, it doesn't work out. But I gotta say, I'm hoping we see more of that from Dean Machine, because if we see JR versus Dean Machine in the grand finals,
that would be so amazing.
I might actually dye my beard red for that one. But we'll see, because I got to graduate, and I don't think it's going to look that good if I have a beard that is red like that.
I think it would be pretty cool.
Maybe. We'll see. We will see. But that is it for our first match. I believe we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for our game number 2, which is, as I'm told, JR versus Bleezus. So we'll be back in just a short bit, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to game number 2 of tonight. It is the NECC Smash singles quarterfinals kind of sort of things. We don't really know what technically the exact round is. I think this is technically the quarterfinals for the winners bracket. Dean Machine, though, in round number 3 of the playoffs, coming out 3-0. What a beautiful start, making sure he is not out of the season. Now heading into this next matchup, JR versus Bleezus for Waldorf University Warriors. JR, of course, is undefeated. Has lost maybe a handful of stocks in his entire season. Has never lost a single round. We could see it, we are getting into that point where we are really seeing these high-level players. But, JR playing it phenomenally, just kind of making it look easy. I'm confident in his skills, and already we're seeing Inkling demolish Zelda. That's not Zelda. That's Palutena. That's not Zelda. Okay, I know this game, but honestly, what do you like about Inkling?
I just think the paint doing the extra damage is a big thing. I love the roller move, rolling them into the ground as we see there with the smash.
It's so weird because every other game, games that I have far more playtime in, I always get it wrong. Also, a little bit of a lag spike there because, game was just like, all right, you're going to talk about other games on the stream? I'm not going to let you see this game. We didn't miss anything.
True.
JR is still, doing great. But as you were saying.
The roll move, I just feel like, I don't know, JR especially is just able to utilize all of Inkling's kit just so well, as you can see.
I have never met somebody who makes a game look so easy. It's like if I played against literally anybody in the Smash team. It's just, I have absolutely no competition. Now, Bleezes, I'm sure, I think Paladin is a great choice, but against JR, it's just...
like, there's only so much you can do character-wise. You just have to figure out, what can I counter?
It's not even that. I mean, it comes down to, we've seen, direct counters to Inkling and stuff like that, but because it's JR.
Yeah, right.
This game has this game down to a science. Has this game down to just, I'm not even phased. Going 3-0 there in the stocks, I'm not even phased. At this point, this whole match is just gonna be us talking about how JR is a great player, and there's absolutely no. I feel bad because
he's just so consistent. It's that.
If Bleezes gets a single round on JR. That would be, I would say, there you go. I'm done. That's an achievement. I would win. I would want a trophy.
There was no stocks lost there, right?
No, there was no stocks lost for JR. And honestly, I think he's never lost more than one stock in a single round. And I think he's lost probably, I'd like to estimate, probably 8 stocks this entire season.
JR has some huge chances of winning this whole thing.
And I keep saying, Dean Machine is still not out as well.
It's
and
true.
If Dean Machine wins all of these matches in the losers brackets, we could see JR versus Dean Machine in the grand finals. Firebird versus Firebird. I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, that is a very, very big thing to do. Dean Machine is a phenomenal player, and I'm really hoping that happens. But JR though.
Just with JR, it's no question.
There's no question about it. In all honesty, I mean, if Dean Machine continues to play like we saw in game number 1 of tonight, there we go.
Yeah.
I think it's
totally.
I think it's a very good chance. But JR still on that Inkling to the surprise of absolutely nobody in the entire universe. Bleezes though still sticking with that Palutena, which is. What do you think? Do you think that's a good choice to stay with?
I think they're taking the mindset like, wow, this player is really good. I'm going to stick to my main just because that's what I know. And, because like you said, anything up against JR, there's not much you can do to counter that.
Yeah, I mean, it exceeds, I think, any sort of just matchup or choice, Because Inkling has a lot of counters. Mm-hmm. But with JR, it's just you can't.
He's just so quick.
He knows everything, and it's beautiful to watch. But I don't know. I am excited to see but we could still see him lose. Just because he hasn't lost up until this point, we are seeing him, start to come to these final playoffs where it's you're playing people who are going to be really good. They've beaten a lot of people to get there, so. We could see. I would not be surprised if he goes through this entire season completely undefeated. I will be very, very shocked. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping
for it.
I may or may not put my beard on the line for that.
Your beard on the line for
JR?
JR?
The other 2 things that I put my beard on the line, unfortunately, it does not sound like they're going to be happening this year, but we will see how that goes. Now, here we go. Bleezes is really causing some issues for JR, but JR is just able to come back into the arena without any sort of issue. And, I mean, we have seen JR lose a stock here or there, and because 136%, we might see him do that on purpose just to, okay, we might not see that happen. We might see it happen. We might not. But usually, sometimes people will do that just so they can get the health kind of restocked and stuff. But I'm excited to see how this goes. I think now, what is your go-to color for Inkling? You like the pink?
I like the pink.
You like the pink? Now, I don't know if you saw because I know you weren't here last week, but we actually had Space Food and JR join me on the stream, and they said, well, both of them said, oddly enough, but JR said they play differently based on the color that they choose for Inkling.
Really?
And apparently pink is the I'm not messing around color.
Wow.
I 100%, that is exactly what he said. That's what Space Food and JR said. Now, JR did lose a stock, but didn't lose literally any sort of health after that stock, so.
Proving that Pink Inkling is not messing around.
Not messing around, whatever it is. Maybe it's the secret there. It's the Pink Inkling. That is the secret to success. But going into round 3, what's your prediction? Do you think JR will lose a stock, maybe 2 stocks, or do you think JR is going to continue to maybe, I wouldn't say continue because he did lose a stock in the last round, but like, do you think JR might go 3-0?
It's hard to say because Bleezes did kind of start doing a good job there of keeping him off the stage and was definitely, holding him back a little bit. I think that even with that 1 stock loss in mind, unless, the nerves really start getting to JR, I think he can.
See, I gotta say,
we'll see him go through.
I don't even know if the nerves really affect him.
I don't think they do
when
either.
When we talk to him, he's just like, oh, hey,
right.
very casual. Again,
because he knows his skill.
He knows his skills and he's confident.
Skill.
He's just kind of like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm playing this game and I'm gonna do well. Like, I don't see it. But I've heard also, like, when he's playing the match, he's super serious and locked in, which is great. And that's what you need. But also, like, between matches, just kind of like, yeah, I'm getting this. I'm doing this.
We are in the Animal Crossing map, which is one of my favorites.
Really? I've never played Animal Crossing.
Are you kidding me, Jordan?
No, I'm not. I have never played Animal Crossing. I was going to get the new one, but Doom came out. So.
Oh, okay.
It came out the same day. Oddly enough, though, there's a song that like is a mashup of Doom and Animal Crossing, and I love it.
Interesting.
I think it's called Doom New Horizons or something like that.
Animal Crossing is a good
song.
soundtrack.
Yeah, well, I'll play it for you after this. It's not what you'd expect. I know that Disney just made a new like Animal Crossing-esque game. We're not even commentating on the game because I'll say JR is just. I mean, I will say this though. Bleezes is technically in the lead. JR took a lot of damage, which makes me want to bring it back. But now Bleezes is dead, so undo what I just said. I gotta say though, I want to be on the same level as JR. I think if I was that good in any sort of game, even games that I have 500, 600 hours in, never have gotten to this point. I want to be this good at a game, just to, especially Smash, because I think Smash is it's a great party game. So you can be, hanging out with friends and be like, all right, who wants to play me in Smash? And then you have absolutely no issue. It's such a phenomenal. It's like being like really good at Mario Kart. Like people will make it a mission to try.
I can take pride in that game.
I don't know. I think I might be able to beat you in Mario Kart because
we'll
am pretty good at Mario Kart.
We'll have to find out on that one.
I have been able to beat my girl. I have not beaten my girlfriend in Mario Kart, but I've gotten really close. In my defense, I was playing with like the single Joy-Con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excuses.
Yeah. Well, it's the Joy-Con that does it. Now, JR once again using that paint roller, grounding Bleezes, and then using the paintbrush, painting the Mona Lisa, knocking Palutena out. Beautiful, beautiful combo there. It's a combo that works. It's 50% of the, 99% of the time, it works every time at that point. When you're under JR, it's 100%.
Yeah.
I'd say 99. We have seen him miss it a few times.
I think like one of the most impeccable things about JR is just like his timing on like everything is just perfect with his utility, with everything, and I don't know how he gets it so spot on sometimes.
I will say this, I think a lot of this, and I have, talking to a few of the players, it just becomes muscle memory. Even if it's a fraction, like a frame off, like a frame slower or whatever, you'll feel that. And I think you'll know the same thing. Like when you're playing, Valorant, when you reload all the time.
Yeah.
So like you just know if it's like slightly slower, you're like, oh, that was weird.
Right.
Like it becomes muscle memory to the point where if I pressed R, I would know how long it takes. I get that with my own games, and I think that's where it does translate into this game, where it's just like every single move. Every sort of interaction. We do see them practicing that.
Yeah.
I was given one of the first games. I was given a website by one of the players that had the frame-by-frame analysis of the hitboxes of every single move for every single character. And when I saw that, I was like, am I really going to cast this game? I literally sat there like, am I going to have to memorize all this?
They have everything down like to a T.
They do. It's so impressive. It's comparable to like, I don't even know, but I think JR right now, we're seeing him just kind of like slow it down, take a little, maybe relaxing it, enjoying it, using it for practice.
For sure.
Maybe trying to do that. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, maybe trying to do it where you're just not going to get hit, trying to see how long he can survive. Honestly, I would I personally might have gone down to 1 stock, but also it continues to move with the trend where I think JR has never lost more than 1 stock, I should say, in a match.
That's crazy.
So
he is phenomenal.
What a beautiful, beautiful series of matches. I miscounted. That was the 3rd one, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was the 3rd one. It does seem like JR is now. So we did get word that will be the last match of tonight. Now that JR won, that is the last match of tonight. We apparently had some games get rescheduled last second, so that's all we have for tonight. I mean, I think it was a great series, and I'm very, very excited to see what JR and Dean Machine have in store next week as we see them move even closer to the grand finals. But that is all we have for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Carthage Esports. We got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got Facebook, we got Twitch. So we will be back next week Friday, which I'm told is the championship and grand finals. I'm told as well. That might be the week after, but I know that the winners bracket championship and stuff will be at some point soon. So. Be sure to tune in for that. So next week, going to be the match of the season. So thank you for watching and have an excellent week.
The high Wheaton shoves that right over to the Lions half. Looks like this one's going in. Are you kidding me? Don't over behind. We're gonna see the barrage. The barrage.
Oh my gosh, Nico is just dominating right now.
What a play!
That's disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
That was disgusting.